Essential patchouli oil benefits and uses. The benefits of the patchouli root to the health of the body is due to the properties like the antidepressant property, antiseptic, astringent, anti-phlogistic, aphrodisiac, sedative, toning, cicatrisant, deodorant, fungicide, cytophylactic, insecticide and febrifuge. The oil has been used for many years due to their insect repelling properties to protect the clothes and the dress materials from the insects. Over the course of time, the uses of the patchouli oil has increased more. Many new uses of the patchouli oil has been found. Therefore, they have become the most important and versatile oil in the world. The patchouli oil has been extracted from the Pogostman patchouli. The common ingredients of the patchouli will include alpha-glutamine, patchouli alcohol, beta-patchoulin, pogostal, caryopyllin, citrulline, affigain and alpha-patchoulin. There are many species of the patchouli oil available in the market. These will depend based on the species of the Pogostman. The amount of the nutrients of the patchouli oil will remain the same in spite of the different species of the patchouli oil. They are used extensively for the cooking purposes and also as how the other types of the oil are used. These are very common in the Western countries and now they are gaining popularity in the other parts of the world too. Health benefits of the essential oil patchouli. There are many benefits of the patchouli oil. The benefits are all medicinal properties that will include the combination of the above nutrients. 1. Antidepressant property. This oil is used to relieve the depression. Therefore, they are recommended to use by the doctors in the case if the patients are suffering from any signs of depression. The oil can be applied on the forehead or at the back of the neck. It will help them to be relieved of the feelings of sadness and will imbibe a rejuvenated feeling of hope and satisfaction. Therefore, the patchouli oil is being used extensively in the treatment of aromatherapy. The mood of the depressed person will be improved, expels the disappointment and also relaxes the mind from the tension. The impact that the inhaling of the patchouli essential oil will have on the moods of the hormones of the people will stimulate the chemical reactions in the body. The release of the serotonin, dopamine and the other pleasure hormones will reduce the feelings of anger, depression and sadness. 2. Anti-phlogistic property. This property will help to ease the symptoms of swellings that are consequences of fever. Even the sensation of fever will also be reduced. The patchouli oil can be also used to treat the skin problems externally. The problems like gout and other inflammations in the other parts of the body will be also reduced. 3. Antiseptic property. The wounds and the other types of the bruises will be prevented by the patchouli oil. The wounds and the formation of the ulcers will be also reduced. If the wounds are not dealt properly, then they will become septic. This is the vital property of the patchouli oil. The problems like the tetanus and the other septic problems will also be resulted as a result of the use of the patchouli oil. The patchouli oil will also be able to reduce the possibility. 4. Aphrodisiac property. The patchouli oil is also used to treat the problems in the primary and the secondary sexual characters. The common sexual problems will include the male impotency, reduction of libido, less interest to have sex and also the sexual depression. The men and women must have a spark on the bed to have sex. This is done by the sexual hormones like the estrogen and progesterone. The testosterone will increase the drive of sex. The people have been using the patchouli oil as an aphrodisiac for many centuries. 5. Astringent property. The application of the oil will trigger the contraction of the muscles and nerves. This will strengthen the gums, delays the sagging of the skin, reduces the hair loss and also loosens the tissues of the muscles. This is due to the astringent property of the patchouli oil that the contractions of the blood vessels will reduce the formation of hemorrhages. It will also reduce the aging as the thickening of the muscles will generally mean looking younger. 6. Cicatrisant property. The patchouli oil helps to quicken the healing of the wounds and bruises. The scars will also be faded. The marks that were left by the boils, measles, smallpox and acne will be also eradicated. 7. Cytophylactic property. This property of the patchouli oil will enhance the growth of the cells of the body that is done by stimulation. This will also increase the count of the red blood cells. The energy of the body will also be increased. The increase of the energy will result in the increased oxygenation of the organs and the other tissues of the body. Thus, the overall functions of the body will be improved. The rate of the metabolism of the body will be increased. The skin will be made to look good by increasing the formation of the new healthy cells. 8. Deodorant. The patchouli oil has a musky, sweet and a spicy aroma. This smell will heavily mask the bad odor of the body. The patchouli oil must be diluted with the other carrier oils before using them. This is because the olfactory senses of certain people will be affected by the strong aroma of the patchouli oil. It is also being used as a cologne due to the wonderful smell that is associated with it. 9. Diuretic property. The quantity and the frequency of the urine will be increased. This will assist to reduce the weight. Thus, the weight of the body will be reduced. The appetite will be decreased and the toxic substances will be flushed out of the body. The blood pressure will also be reduced. The excess water will be removed from the body. Therefore, the unnecessary salts will be removed. The formation of gallbladder stones and kidney stones will also be reduced because the uric acid will be removed from the body. 10. Febrifuge. The excess temperature of the body will be reduced by preventing the infections that cause the fever. The inflammations that are caused by the fever will also be reduced. Simultaneously, the symptoms of the fever will also be reduced. The fever will be reduced if the pain and the swellings are decreased. 11. Antifungal property. The patchouli oil will be effective in inhibiting the growth of the fungi. Therefore, it guarantees protection from the infections like athlete's foot and other fungal infections. Or else, the infections that are caused by the fungi will become very serious. They can even attack the respiratory system. The patchouli oil will also become useful because it will completely protect the body. 12. Insecticide. The ancient people knew the insecticidal property of the patchouli oil. It will prevent the insects from entering the place where they are kept. They have sweet aroma. They are generally applied on the body, sprayed on the body or clothes, vaporizing agents, and also burnt as incense sticks. The bed and the clothes must be washed to prevent the mosquitoes from affecting the people at peace times. In order to have the effects for a longer time, the oil must be burnt at the room temperature. The patchouli oil must be very carefully burnt inside because the smell will easily get inside the furniture. 13. Sedative property. This property will ease the swellings and will sedate the convulsions, fever and epilepsy. The damages that are resulted by the hypertension will be also eradicated. The breakouts that are caused because of the hypersensitivity due to some elements are eradicated. This sedates the mind and will provide peaceful sleep. The cognitive functions of the body will be increased due to the increased rate of metabolism and good night rest. 14. Tonic. The patchouli oil will tone the entire body. This will increase the metabolism of the body. The assimilation of the nutrients by the intestines will be increased. This will make the body grow very good. The secretions of the endocrine system of the body will also be regulated. The mind will be made alert and calm by toning the entire nervous system. Eventually, it will increase the rate of immunity of the body and it will protect the body. Uses of patchouli oil. The patchouli oil has been used to treat the skin diseases like the sores, psoriasis and other skin lesions. It can be made in the form of a salve and applied on the skin on the affected parts of the skin. The patchouli oil can be used in blended form with the other oils like the clary sage oil, lavender oil, bergamot oil and myrrh oil.